you might want to keep some running, but don't get too carried away. Now, this is EML payments. Now, we bought some of this market on open today, and I think we should be putting a profit take for a PHG to bank some cash at 70 cents. It got to 68.5 cents today. We bought it basically not quite on open, but around the 61 or 62 cents area. It's done well. We did buy some, I think it was around about the 45 cents, just below 45 cents, and it's jumped. We've had a good run with EML. I do want to bank some cash up there. There's news that a person by the name of one of our ex-Profit Owner Group members, Evan Murphy, welcome to the ASX Speed webinar for EML Payments, who used to be the managing director of Bank of Ireland. Thursday, that's a great thing for this to be for a payment system, I don't know. But banking some cash up here is good. We've had a nice run in it so far. Be looking to sell either 1/2 or 1/3, and at the moment the position is up over 50% from the original position, and about 5 or 6% from the position we got put on first thing this morning. Hopefully it can keep going. That's EML and payments. Here is your disclaimer and warning, Uline, and here is your reminder of all the other things that we have been looking at, which have, and these are the latest things we might be ready now for a little bit of a pullback in the markets, Uline. Amcor. Let's look at something I don't think we're buying tomorrow. Running IAG.ASX, IAG Insurance Group, Transurban Insurance Australia Ansell 24th of May, Woodside Energy 8th of June, Brambles 28th of May, ASX to the 27th of May. That might be associated with an increase in the price of the indexes themselves, maybe. It's a possibility. GOZ.ASX, Growth Point Properties. These are all things to look at. If you want to stop loss, let me know. I'm not going to go through with a fine comb. Sue's already asked me WDS. Northern Stars Resources, the 18th of April to the 1st of June. And Insurance Australia Group, 18th of April to the 29th of May. So for Sue, let's have a look at and WDS. Sorry for coughing. I had some cheese again today. It tends to clag up my throat. So this is Woodside. Let's look at what its normal type pattern is, and we can see here it's usually getting lifted into early June. IAG.ASX, new line, monthly charts column. So that's pretty easy. Have a stop loss below $4.39 on the monthly charts. I do remember actually doing something. The other one that I wanted to look at was IGO. Weekly charts column. We can see it topping out a bit. It gets a bit more aggressive to the downside below $4.77 or $4.50 in line. Daily charts column. The other one would be Northern Star. You can see it held okay. But another slip below $4.86, so it's for $4.84 on the downside new line. XAO.ASX, All Ordinaries Index, new line. We see a little down day and then a inside day yesterday. And Northern Star tends to peak around about last week and roll back down the hill for a couple of weeks. In line. This doesn't give us much to go on other than it's triangulating. I'd like to think it could pop up on a stupidity move that we can short into new line, but it doesn't seem to be giving us that just yet. Full stop new line. XJO.ASX here is ASX late March usually 200 new line. Well, at this time was late March, but in the bottom June. Transurban is always a bit of a winner. Now this is
I
a
did something stupid
share
again.
trade sell, and
Sorry.
it's stocks called LTR.ASX, Liontown. Usually looking for a sell on the 18th of April to go down into the 21st of May. Liontown has had a rip roar. It usually bottoms this week and goes up, so maybe that's why it's good to be buying dips. I don't know how it's been trading today. And Woolworths is also on the list for shorting at this time of year. So you can see it's going up, but we'd like a dip. So you might want to just bank some profit, take a dip, and then look to buy back in. Maybe they rejected the takeover offer, I believe. So maybe there'll be some more ducks and drakes with this. Woolworths is also on the selling side, at least slightly on the negative side. We can see it peaking. Watch webinar this week and sliding down. It's also very close to historic highs. You've got the XJO.ASX new line, $44.06. It's now trading around that $40
ASX 200
it
new
may
line.
pay to bank some
This
cash.
also has
Like in
nothing
the
to
old
give
days,
us. It is a slightly bullish
Woolies
pattern, but not awesome.
down here.
A break below
I was buying
73.29 makes me believe in 72.82.
I think they gave
a break above
special thing where you could
7400 makes
sell
me
out of them.
happy
And
looking
I
for 75.50
the offer of
line.
that.
XFJ.ASX financials index.
I
new
can't
line.
remember the exact levels. I don't think it was this year. I think it was this time of year they were giving knocking them down. So I think I was creeping around in here, and it's probably time to start banking some cash on that. I think I may have mentioned that in the PHG webinars. It's up about 21%. So cashing in is a smart move on some Woolies, even if you don't want to short it. This is the outlook for this year.
There's something going
the
on
ordinaries
here,
index.
and
And remember,
put
bear
my
in mind
finger
this
on
is
I
a
would
monthly
say
setting.
probably
The all ordinaries
one.
likely path is to
1 to
be
1.
reasonably strong and keep going up.
A
into
breakdown
Christmas.
below
It's not just
6200 is a little
a
bit
straight
nasty.
line, but it's kind
It's
of
been stuck
we're
in
into.
space for a little
Now
while.
we reached the
If this
important
is a
thing.
normal
Do we
move,
have
this would
any
be an
dead
A wave, a
stocks?
B
People
wave would
carrying
take
dead
it down to
stocks you'd rather
61.18
not have.
normally, and then up to
And,
64.89
let me
new line.
Let me know
ANZ.ASX
if you'd
new line.
like some help with those ones, how to get out. Daily charts column. This has filled the gap, so it could start its way up to
$24.67.
dead.
Stop loss should be at $24 and nothing cents on a stop close only basis, and a price basis would be $23.92 new line. CVA.ASX new line. Daily charts column. This had an outside reversal day on a nothing range, so it means nothing. Could go down to $97.64, could go up to $104.41. Take your pick, new line. NAB.ASX new line.
Nothing? Okay, next round we'll talk about banking the cash. Daily charts column that you've gotten into that you'd like to bank cash on. We see the 38.2%, we see the gap fill, or close to the gap fill, so if you're long, have a stop loss below $28.40, new line. WBC.ASX, new line. Daily charts column. Westpac has no gaps to fill, it's got nothing to prove, but it's been falling on a little bit of falling volume, so breaking itself up above $22.40 makes us believe you should have a stop loss at $22.10 or $23.14 to think about banking cash. AR3 is XMJ.ASX materials index. Was this one just floated recently? This is still working its magic. Stop loss should be at 18,685, looking for 19,434. New line. Maybe is there waiting for these? I don't think they do make BHP and Rio for dividends. Recently they've had a dividend rolls BHP. Okay, looking for 90 cents on the top side there. But I don't think would be maybe Rio is banking. I can't remember these things. A break above $47.60 looks for $48.36. The problem is a little bit of a doji. Needs to pull back down to $46.82. Ultimately, I'd still like my $41 area, and before that $44.69. I might be stubborn. That's great. Anything to get out of jail. Had a little bit of excitement, probably comes back to $121.33. You can buy with a stop loss below $120.80. New line. XEJ.ASX Energies Index, new line. This has had a bit of a droop. Should come back down to 10,527. And that would be an area to try. Any get out of jail cards 10,000 needed? 400. Stuck in anything? Shouldn't necessarily be, but if you are, no disgrace. New line. Hit me with your energy stick. Hit me quickly. Hit me quick. Hit me. Okay. Energy. Okay. So what's my index conclusions? WDS. Now, what you're looking at are the conclusions that I made last time. The stats are pretty good for an April run-up in the general market until the end of April. We'll continue buying WDS.ASX, sell a bit on rallies until we see the Reserve Bank really start to grunt up the interest rate. I suspect that they do, I thought they'd do 0.15% 2 weeks ago, but they didn't. Outside reversal week, that's not a good thing. Probably have a breather before the kick below $33.25 for $30.16. He's now come in with a daily charts column and how to change the Reserve Bank. We see the 1-to-1, so if you feel like buying it off here, you might want to give it a go with the stop loss below $33.40. These are some of my conclusions. Or $33.25. Not speak them, and it will be typewritten, so it won't be perfect. It'll be, I might look for $35.38. Dragon, probably a lackluster market, so stranger things have happened. Yeah, in mind. XGD.ASX Gold Index, new line. On the gold index, we have a stop at 76.44. If it can break above there, look for 80.99, but the performance of gold would lead me to believe 70.17 is the right zone for this new line. Let's look at something. RRL.ASX Regis Resources, new line. We have had a pretty good run. RRL.ASX Regis, new line. Yearly charts column. We're stuck inside a 2022 body. We'll have to transition to 2023.
Buy a break above $3.10 with a stop loss below $1.37.
Mid-March,
Targeting
it's now time to bank some
$5.67.
cash.
New line. Probably 1/3 or 1/2. Monthly charts column, we can see it trying to
bring
pop
your
its head
stop
up.
losses
Doesn't
up.
really like the transition. Stop loss should be at $1.80 if you are into it. New line, that might give it a bit of a disappointment. New line, at the moment we could still hope for $1.66. New line. Weekly charts column, we can
So
see the
you
weekly
don't
charts
lose too
fell
much.
down a bit.
From
And
next
probably
Friday,
$2.01
this coming
is
Friday,
the place to give it a try, or if it closes above $2.32.
things could get a little bit harder for
daily charts column.
communications and the markets for a couple
On
of
the
weeks.
daily charts, have a stop loss at $2.10. Look up
Stop.
towards $2.46.
It may well be that the US market does shake off
and buy a break above $2.30.
a bit of a correction
$2.45
from
new line.
the 21st to the 14th of May, and then make a new high into the end of May. New line. I would be surprised
XHJ.ASX healthcare
the
index
Australian
new line.
market does that, i.e. make a new high. Make a new high at the end of May. Okay, Charles is saying, if the budget is normal time, the second Tuesday in May this year, it will be after the next RBA meetings. The RBA might also hold rates into the federal budget in early May as well, question mark. I don't know. I think Chalmers wants to screw with people's minds so that things aren't easy to take advantage of. He's a game player, that guy, so I think he'll probably do something different. I don't trust him. He's too much World Economic Forum.
Healthcare index is succumbing to the double
He
top.
uses all of those
in
words:
spades.
resilience,
For 43,
reimagine,
317 on the
all those
downside.
bullshit
as mentioned
buzzwords.
in previous dispatches.
Thank you all for coming along. I hope that's been useful. If you've got any
RMD.ASX
questions,
line.
please ask me now, because I'm about
Weekly charts column.
to turn us off, and
We've had an order on for this for a while,
relax.
and we're
got
still
any
hoping.
questions,
Maybe
specific
even
stocks that you want to have, I'll
$21.10.
take
New
free
line.
questions.
Look at the way it's done this. It's really done nothing. New line. I can't say anything much other than have a stop loss below $32 if you are long. New line. Daily charts column. We see a 1-to-1 here, so if you felt like buying it quickly for rally up to $33.40 or something like that, you could have a stop loss at $32.80. New line. XIJ.ASX Information Technologies Index, new line. This has gone 1-to-1, so we think probably back down to at least 1544 on the downside, new line. NXT.ASX Next DC. Guess that means next data center. I've only just worked it out after years of owning the thing. New line. Monthly charts column. LYC.ASX Linus. Have a quick look at the monthly pattern. Remind me. This has revived itself. Maybe it's thinking about the pleasure of lockdowns, as New Zealand is shaping up for that sort of behaviour soon. We've already seen Daniel Andrews being patted on the back by his IBAC Commission, inquiring into his behaviour, and he quite clearly knows that he's done nothing wrong. Try up into August and then another drop down into October. So probably give it another 3 or 4 weeks to get. So if you're looking at getting a job in Victoria, you still have to get vaccinated for many things, it would seem, from
I think that's it. Thanks everybody. You have a good time.
She had to get vaccinated for the first time ever to get her job, even though that's been one of the principles of not to do that. And then has to get 3 more, even though everybody doesn't need a vaccine in most places in the world now. So we'll see what happens with lockdowns, climate lockdowns or vaccination lockdowns soon, new line, but the bad people are still there. Full stop, new line. Weekly charts, colon. Look back down towards $11.34 to $11.38 on the downside. Have a stop loss below $11.05, new line. Daily charts, column. On the daily charts, we can see a bit ugly in some ways, and in other ways not ugly. But $11.34, but more likely $11.14 should be the area to get to after that big gap up. People want to buy down at $11.14 with a stop loss below $10.85 would make sense to me. New line. XPJ.ASX property index, new line. Property index starts looking good for a little bit on population, and then interest rates rear their ugly head and it starts to slide down again. If it starts to close below 1350, look for 1338 on the downside, new line. The markets are open, but it looks like it's churning. Things are just rotating around, really not doing anything much. We'll get onto the few ETFs in a little while. New line. GMG.ASX, new line. Goodman Group, new line. This is not looking good for what was previously a star stock. Look down towards $17.67 on the downside, new line. That was on the daily charts. The monthly charts just look like a corrective rally, and it gets ugly below $18, new line, and maybe ultimately down to $15.47 or $10.38, new line. Weekly charts, column. On the weekly charts, we look for $17.67 on the downside, new line. XTJ.ASX, telecoms index, new line. Feeling a little bit more tired, but it slipped but didn't close below that that level I gave. So a close below that 1540 area is bad. Looking for 1534 and 1516 and 1512 new line. MAQ.ASX, new line. Weekly charts, column. This is a little bit weaker than I thought. It's still okay, but really look for $56.53 area. Sorry, $56.83 area. New line. Daily charts, column. We can see all of these 38.2s in there. I don't know, it's a bit of a mess. Yeah, it's crazy. Something's bizarre in this one. It's confused. If you are long, have a stop loss at $58.80, probably the best new line. XSO.ASX, small ordinaries index, new line. Now this has broken down, had an inside day like most things. The breakdown below 28.86 looks for 28.59 or 28.12, new line. Smaller mid-cap stocks questions, new line. Before we do that, I'll do some ETF style index, large index stocks questions that are in the box, new line. Vanguard Australian Shares ETF, VAS.ASX, new line. Monthly charts column, we can see it hasn't really gotten above last month's high, so getting above $92.50 is pleasing, new line, at the moment. A stop close only for the month would be below $88.46, new line. Weekly charts column. Have a stop loss at $90.29 if you are long. New line. Hope that it breaks through $92.11 to get towards $94.57, new line. Not conclusively turning over, new line. Daily charts column, we see a triangle which could lead us to believe in a bit more of a push up. That would be on a break above $91.80 with a stop loss below $91.18, new line. STW.ASX, SPDR, S&P ASX 200 fund. New line. Monthly charts column, again, needs to kick above last month's high, otherwise it's kind of in trouble, or it's languishing. A break above $67.50 with a stop loss below $67.73 looks for $70.76, new line. Weekly charts column. I will get to that soon. I have kept it in there. I didn't see it before, but I did see it. I'll get to it. A break above $67.20 looks for $69.08 with a stop loss below $65.80, new line. Still not terrible, but not great, new line. Daily charts column. Daily charts. The pattern feels as if it should be a struggle street pattern, but it's not. It's still a triangle, so stop loss at $66.38, new line. Still on the larger cap stocks questions, CPU.ASX, computer share, new line. Monthly charts column. On the monthly charts, we see it's come back down to a new low, which is interesting because the stock market's up. Why was CPU falling down when the stock market was going up? I don't know. You can get more volume. So have a stop loss at $19.88. look for $25.26 if it breaks above $23.50, new line. Weekly charts, we're looking for $23.35 on the weekly charts. Starting to look okay. A pullback down to $22 could be bought if you like it. Stop loss below $21.45, new line. Daily charts, Colin. On the daily charts, we saw it pop its head up. Hopefully you can get to the $23.35, new line. CXO.ASX. Core exploration, new line. Monthly charts, Colin, we see the 61.8% retracement, so we do think that this is better in the long run. You might look to buy it down towards 82 cents with a stop loss below 72 cents, looking for $1.17 and $1.43, new line. Weekly charts, Colin. On the monthly charts at least, we can see getting above $1.08 is a good thing, full stop, new line. Weekly charts, Colin, we see a target at 62 cents, $1.06. Buy dips to 92 cents for this week with a stop loss below 87 cents, new line. Getting above $1.20 is good on this standard, but also good above $1.12, new line. Daily charts, Colin. We see we have a gap to fill, so it probably should pull back down to 92 or 93 cents, new line, before trying up towards $1.06. So really, Sue's asking me, is $1.02 to $1.03 on close still good? It was closing at $1.01.5. Yeah, so probably a close is okay, looking for the $1.06 area, but above $1.08 is better all round, new line. GLN.ASX gallon, new line. Yearly charts, Colin, I think I've covered this recently, but stop should be below probably 65 cents, new line. Monthly charts, Colin. Look up towards $1.23 or $1.44 with a stop loss below 92 cents, new line. Weekly charts, Colin. Buy a break above $1.24, looking for $1.28. Above $1.30, look for $1.44, new line. Volume, unfortunately, is not chasing it up, so I wouldn't like to see it close below 99 cents, new line.
daily charts column, we see it's gone 1 to 1. So banking some cash in Gallon might be the name of the game, maybe 1/3, and bringing the stop loss up to $1.09 short term and $1.05 medium term new line. PHG trades review, new line. Read the trades table up here before. AGL.ASX, new line. Still waiting for $8.24. We might be waiting a while, I don't know. We might be okay. New line, let's just wait. New line. ANZ.ASX, we're waiting for $22.92. We will be waiting for a while there, I think. New line. BHP.ASX, new line. We have a stop loss at $45.41. New line. And let's see if we need to shift it up the pole. It's not having a good time here now. Did we take any profit on BHP? We did. Where's it trading at now? 45.60. Let's bring the stop up to 45.80. New line. EML.ASX, we took profit yesterday. Market on open at 70 cents, only to see it go for a boot scooting. Very good time. New line. See what it's doing this morning. New line. Let's bring the stop loss up to 70 cents. New line. JHX.ASX, James Hardie Limited, new line. This has gotten belted, so we may have a chance at our lower levels. We'll wait for them. New line. We've talked about RMD, new line. PDN.ASX, new line. We moved our stop loss up to 62 cents, stop close only, or price stop at 60 cents. Let's see what happens. And we're getting close, new line. It's not a, we need a bit of a change of that. We'll leave the orders as is, new line. SLC.ASX, super loop. We have a stop loss at 57 cents, new line. Life seems to be getting okay for it, but still not a nice pattern. It needs something else, new line. SLR.ASX, we've been waiting to buy at $1.10. We will still probably have to wait there for stop, new line. Does look like it's feasible, new line. SVL.ASX, silver mines, new line. We see the descending triangle in it, so we'd expect it to come back down to 20 cents or thereabouts, new line, or 18 cents, new line. XJO.ASX, we are long, and with a PHG trade on a stop. Let's bring that stop up to, we brought it up to 73.19. Let's bring it up to 73.31. Reach some targets. We've taken some profit, new line. We'll wait for lower if we do that. We've reduced our submanaged super fund exposures. There's nothing much else to say other than have a great day. and be careful out there. Things are rolling in weird ways. Cheers, bye.